Are we on? Are we on? Welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I am your host, Glenn Pooh Harding. And oh boy, we have a very special guest. This basketball head is an Abraham Lincoln High School great. So you already know how I'm feeling about this one. All Brooklyn performer and a 1,000-point scorer. She averaged 18 points in her final 3 seasons for the Railsplitters, or as we should say, the Lady Railsplitters. After Lincoln, this basketball head attended Monroe College, where she averaged 12 points as a freshman. But as a sophomore, she helped lead her team to a 22-6 mark, averaging 16 points before moving on to Towson University, where she was a standout player for her last 2 years. Upon graduation, she hit the New York City Women's Pro Division circuit and making her name known throughout the city. This basketball head made major waves with team No Limit, led by legendary coach Munch, who will be coming on behind me in a few minutes. So you want to make this right and very special. The last 2 years, they won 5 championships in 2021 and an astonishing 9 championships this past summer, 2022. She was MVP in the Isaiah Whitehead Classic championship game for her efforts in scorching the competition. Let me tell you something. I was walking into the park as soon as they was giving her the trophy. So I missed her dusting off everybody in the park. But when I got there, they said she was doing the thing. Because, you know, that Abraham Lincoln bloodline runs deep. So you already know. So, without further ado, help me welcome to the show, Abraham Lincoln and Monroe College great, Towson University standout, Charmonique. What?
Y'all ready?
Y'all ready?
Yes. You have just stepped out into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
What's happening? How you doing?
Good, and yourself?
I'm doing awesome.
That's
Basil, what's up, Basil? Look, like I said before, seeing you play, I was at the championship game, the Rose Classic. And I also was at the championship game, the Isaiah Whitehead tournament, right?
Yes.
But I got there as your team was like dancing around you, you went in, right? So I got there to get the picture. And then you told me you went to Lincoln. Blown away. Immediately had to create some space for you. Make sure you get on the show immediately.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Nah, that's what we do. We got to keep that bloodline going. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us out here.
Indeed.
Yes. So as you see, I got Coach Munch in the back of me. So, you know, I'm trying to make the whole show, the whole spirit, you know, just right for you. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Nah, this is good. And listen, this is our platform. So whoever you want to nominate to come on the show, you want to come back, you got some more news, you writing a book, you're going to be in a movie, you doing a commercial, come on and let us know.
For sure.
Yes. So all my people that's on YouTube right now, I need y'all to go and subscribe, right? Go and subscribe to the channel. All my people on Instagram do the same thing. And I see y'all checking in heavy. Y'all come over to YouTube and let's have some fun, all right? Make sure y'all leave some comments in the comment section. Be nice, because I don't play. This is that Lincoln family line, all right? So we're going to make sure it's right. So, Charmonique, who introduced you to the game?
Well, I think I was about like 5 years old when my older brother, Daryl, took me to Lincoln Terrace Park. And I think I beat him the same day. I think it was like 16-12 or 16-14. I'll never forget. I just know I won that same day. And ever since then, like, I've just been playing basketball ever since.
Wow. So I'm from Crown Heights as well, right? Moved to Bed-Stuy later on, but Crown Heights, like Wingate was my zone school.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely had to make my trails over to boys and girls. And the area, right? So everybody's always asking me, how the hell you get out of Lincoln? What makes you go out to Lincoln? I said, well, you'll hear that story later on. But I loved it. The best time of my life, and it changed my life for going there. So,
Yes,
you know, all of you girls and guys out there, y'all missed out for not going to Lincoln. Trust me.
But I almost didn't go to Lincoln because my dad also had a part where he like introduced me to basketball too. I used to play for him. My little brother used to play for his teams in back of Brookline. So he lived actually right next door to my my best friend, my sister's Monet, who also played with us on No Limit.
Yes.
She was on Grand Street. Her aunt lived right next to my door to my dad. So I was telling this story the other day, like he wanted me to go to Grand Street because he knew Mo from playing in Grand Street. But I was already been recruited to Lincoln, so I ended up going to Lincoln. So yeah.
You was big time. You got recruited. You was getting recruited in junior high school. Like, look, I wish that was the case for me. I went to Lincoln to play football. So when I hear people say, you know, I was getting recruited, you know, the coaches are coming to my house or they're just coming to my games, that's just so dope, especially being in junior high school.
Yes.
You know, and they just want the best for you. It's not like, you know, the college coaches trying to wine and dine you. Now these kids getting big major deals put on the table.
They got it good.
They just don't know. Oh, hey, Mo is in the building. Is that Monet?
No, that's actually my significant other.
Okay. Salute. Appreciate that. Appreciate the love. So, you know, at what age did you start taking the game seriously? At what age did that happen? When did it all click in for you?
I want to say like around elementary school we had like, you know, the Jackie Robinson program.
Yeah.
Great coaches. Coach Heather Domicus. It's another coach. His name is not coming to my mind, but he used to coach at BMCC at one point in time. But that was like my first two coaches I had, besides like my dad and my brother or whatever. So like Jackie Robinson, I don't know, ever since then I just been playing hard, playing wherever I can go, started playing with the dudes. So like even a couple of guy friends that went to school back then, they like, you still hooping? I'm like, you know, I'm a hoop till the wheels fall off, you know? So it's like, I don't know. I just ever since elementary school, I want to say that's when I started going hard. And I attended school with Tiny Adams. I think we went to
Yes.
We went to the same elementary school, and we also went to the same junior high school. So we both played for the Jackie Robinson program, and we played in our junior high school program after that too.
So why did you follow Tiny out to Madison?
This is
You was already, listen, I'm not trying to steer you away, but I just want to hear the story.
But you know, it's like if I knew what I knew now, I promise you I would have followed and went to certain places if I knew what I knew now. I also could have went to Morgan State, but end up going to Towson. So
listen, I'm gonna tell you a story right now. I tell people this all the time. When I was because I went to, after we won the city championship at Lincoln in '86, I went to prep school my senior year because my grades are so horrible. My coach wanted to give me a chance, right? Which is awesome. And rest in peace, Tom Kachowski. Boston College, Connecticut, Fairleigh Dickinson, Indiana State, and Jacksonville. But there was one HBCU school, which was Hampton, who wanted me really, really bad. And I stuck my nose at them. Like, I was telling my friends, like, dude, this black school want me. Like, I'm not going there. And I didn't understand. I didn't understand what I was saying back then, right? Yeah. And I always said to myself, damn. And this coach wanted me real bad. He was calling. He wasn't promising anything, but he was like, I love your game. Trust me, we're going to put the ball in your hands, going to, revolve around you. And I stuck my nose at Hampton. Like, I should have never did that. What I know now, right? So who knows how things could have turned out. But look, we both here right now talking. So,
Amen.
There you go. There you go. Do you remember the first game you played under the whistle, and how was it for you?
Man, I would say when I was young, I would say the first game under the whistle was elementary school, but I know I hit my first 2 shots from the same side. So I can't remember exactly. I think I was pretty good back then. But if I want to say as far as like competing, I would say junior high is when it really got like really serious. Like my grandmother used to come to my games back then and stuff like that. So yeah, I want to say junior high school. I can't remember when. It's like a blur to me.
Right. So many games. But for you to hit your first 2 shots in elementary school under the whistle, trust me, my first game under the whistle, super nervous. And 90%, 95% of the people who come on here when I ask that question, it's like super nervous, super jitters. Got to remember the plays. The referee's going to call the calls. There's people probably in the stands. And it's a lot going on at that very young age. So for you to come in, hit your first 2 buckets for the same side, that means, you're as far ahead of all of us at that point.
That I do remember. And I think the year after that, I hit the same 2 shots from the beginning of the game. And they were about that. So I was destined to be a shooter.
Wow. Look at that already. Who was the best player in your neighborhood, though? Like, who was the person that everyone, strived to be like, girl or boy, whoever it was?
In my neighborhood, I'm gonna have to go with Tiny Adams. Like, she was the person that I always looked up to, the person that I used to model my game after. Like, oh, she had the handle, she had the IQ, she could just do it all. That was the person that I pretty much like followed behind up until I got older, stuff like that. There was a girl named I can't remember her name. I think it was Tifa or something like that. She used to play with us in the back of 92, but never went to like school to play or nothing. I think she got into a little trouble and stuff like that, but I haven't heard from her ever since like back then. But she was pretty good.
Now, is 92 in Flatbush with Coach Green?
Yeah, right
work at FYI? Yeah.
Like a block from MS2.
Yep. Okay. All right. So, why Lincoln? Like what? And like what you know now, but what was it about Lincoln that had you go in there and say, you know what, this is where I want to spend my next 4 years?
I mean, obviously, you got the Stephon Marburys, Lance Stevenson's, Sebastian Telfair. Also, the coaches, like one of my favorite coaches is Stacy Ruben McLaughlin.
Yes.
Def, one of my favorite coaches. Like, that's what I never had like a coach. Like, everybody likes to think of me as emotional, but he was one coach. Like, no matter what he said, it was like, I don't know, it made me tougher in a sense because like he was gritty, he was hard nosed. He gonna tell you how it is, and he wants the best out. He gonna get the best out of you for sure. And it was like a home for me. I felt like I was able to establish myself, or how could I say it? Not be a star in a sense, because I'm very teammate, oriented. But I just say I was able to have an identity at Lincoln. Yes. Like, I was known from the girl from Lincoln. And I also had some amazing teammates that took me in, like some of the vets, like Sierra Shields, Shaquana Morgan, TC Lyo. I could name a few. Jules. That my freshman year, because it was a couple of us that got recruited to go there, like Kiana Jones, Latay, Marissa Austin, Anastasia. It was a couple of us, but only me and Kiana Jones made varsity. So like that freshman team that we was on, it was just like we made it to the semifinals. We lost against Bertram, but I
Who
still
didn't? Who didn't
I
at
still
that
felt
time?
like right. I still felt like I was at home. Like it felt like this is me, this is mine, in a sense.
And one thing I can say about Lincoln, he has so much support there, right? From the staff, people in the neighborhood, you know, that blue and white, it meant something, you know. Of course, when I was there was nothing in the rafters yet, you know what I'm saying? So, but once, you know, we got to go in there, and then, you know, I come back to visit, and there's another banner, there's another banner, there's you know, people being celebrated. And look, this year, no disrespect to Coach Montos, but I went to the girls' game. I didn't even make it out to a guys' game. I went to see the girls play, and just me sitting back and taking it all in and seeing how the girls, you know, work together, how well they coached. You guys did a nice job of setting the foundation there, because I know you was part of that building block for the women's side.
Thank you.
Nah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, because look, when I was coming up, girls basketball wasn't what it was later on, right? And a lot of you guys girls who came in and, you know, put the building blocks from, you know, those good Bertram teams who won like 15 in a row. You know, they had a hand in helping and inspiring other girls at other schools, because everybody wanted to knock them off.
Indeed.
Right? Everybody couldn't go to Bertram, you know, just like everybody can't go to Lincoln. It's the same thing. So definitely feel kind of special in that.
It was also, you know, the area, the diversity, like it's right there by the beach. Then down the block, it's like basketball court in every block. You got Coney Island on the other side. So it just made sense.
That's right. You had people of all different cultures coming there. Right? You get to make friends from all over.
Indeed.
Definitely.
It's a sports school too. Football, basketball,
baseball. Who else have a swimming pool like us? Okay. Not too many people could, right? We had the dope swimming pool right downstairs for the gym.
Yeah.
So, and a rich tradition. So even when I was there, we just remembered, you know, all the names that came before us. And well, I was in between the Marburys. So like the older brothers, Eric and Dawn, came before me. Then there was no Marburys because Steph and they were young. And then after we left, Juju and Steph came in and kind of filled it up. But man, those are some good times. So I definitely know you enjoyed yourself.
I sure did.
Yeah. So let's talk about, you know, besides socially, and I can say this for myself, Lincoln has some excellent teachers, but if you get caught up in the hype, right, and you just playing to stay eligible, like myself, right, you look back and be like, oh, they didn't prepare me, but actually they did. You know, we had so much support. We had study hall. How was it for you there on that end?
As far as educationally, I came in, I used to be a mute. I used to wear the headband over the bang, long sweatsuits. It's crazy. But yeah, my grades started at 90s and 85s. And the more I started talking, the more I became more popular.
Isn't that something?
The grades. Yeah. So I actually have a story. My senior year, I think I cut class. I don't know why I cut class, but I cut class in front of my history teacher. I actually seen her the time that I cut, but because I was on the basketball team, she still passed me, which is a terrible. Don't be like me, kids. Which is terrible, but it happened. But I think they have a great educational programs there. They're like schools now, so they have a lot of academies that get you ready for college. Or so on, but I wish I would have took it a little bit more serious than I have. So that's why I coach now at Lincoln, so that the girls that we have don't make the same mistakes I made when I went to school.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And how long have you been there as a coach?
Last year was my first year.
Okay, so then I remember seeing you, but not knowing, right? Because look, I kind of shake hands with everybody, but I kind of stand back and don't try to smother people. And just want to take it all in. But you had a young lady there. I was at the game. I think she had like 30 points.
Kayla Lewis.
Kayla Lewis. My guy, that's her godfather. I came with him. It was senior night. Actually, it was senior night.
I was there.
Yes. So I'm sitting there in the cut, and I'm saying to myself, yo, this girl is good. And she was doing it within the team flow. You know, it was like she was chucking up all the shots. She was doing it within team flow and whatever y'all had set up in your offense. And I was just so impressed by that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you guys did a good job with that group. And for her to be able to stand out the way she did. Where's she at right now?
I think she's going to Howard, I believe. Mm-hmm.
That's tough. Wow. Yeah, I was there. I experienced the whole thing. And then I posted her the next day. I was just like, yo, this girl is amazing. Like,
she's really.
Yeah. Family deal with support.
In practice.
What you say?
I try to go at her in practice.
Oh, that's. No, you still got it. Ease up, right? Yeah. So, you know, after graduation, you attended Monroe, right?
Yes.
Another school with rich tradition and winning ways, right?
So yes, for Monroe, I think Renee Taylor, who also played with No Limit, Nick Avery, Morita, they was before me. I think Dawn Coleman. It's a lot of New Yorkers, female hoopers that's up there that went to MCC. So they won a lot of national championships before us. So like to go there, it was like everybody would say like JUCO. You know, you try to avoid going JUCO, but I think it was the best thing for me at the time, given how my grades are fluctuating and stuff like that. So it was just another opportunity, another avenue to get to where you needed to go. And I'm glad I went. Coach Tim, he was an excellent coach, a great coach. We were well conditioned. Also went there where we call her grandma.
Okay.
I went there with Kiana Jones, Kimberly, Smalls. These are all like nicknames.
Right.
So we had a great core there too. And that's another place that felt like Lincoln, like it was a home for me. Like I was able to come more into myself, be more aggressive, be the shooter that I am. And somewhat I think that I lead by actions versus verbally. So I'm not really a talker. But I feel like, I was able to lead a team we went to the quarterfinals. We ran into it's these twins. They were kind of heavy set, but they were really good. They went to the WNBA. I forgot what school that was. We ran into them in the quarterfinals. And last year, we made it to get into the quarterfinals. We failed to succeed, but it was a great experience.
Yeah, that's what I know about Monroe. Both on the boys and girls side, especially on the girls side, where y'all kind of dominated for a very long time. So knowing that transition from Monroe to Lincoln was kind of a smooth one, right?
Yes, indeed.
And because now you're already getting serious about your classes, and you know what's at stake.
Mm-hmm.
I tell kids all the time, don't stick your nose up at going to junior college, because a lot of times we're not ready. We're not ready to go dive into the universities. Indeed. And look, we come from New York City, right? And it takes us a while to transition. And of course, if we make it in New York City, we can make it anywhere.
Yep.
But sometimes being a big fish in a little pond or a big pond or whatever, then you go to a big ocean like a really big university, and there's a lot more going on. We kind of have to restart again. Mm-hmm. And a lot of us don't understand that. No matter where you go, you got to kind of restart.
Right.
So you doing that your freshman year, when did it kick in for you that you said to yourself, I got it now?
Oh, at MCC?
Yes.
I would say right away. Like it wasn't. I don't think I have much of a learning process besides like the the basic defense.
Yes.
And actually, you start watching film. You start narrowing on specifics of a certain team or certain of a team's DNA. Stuff that preparation Excuse me.
Uh-huh.
I drank all my water. So yeah, it was more of a discipline. So you watch film, you condition, you watch what you eat, definitely focus on your class. And it was like a schedule, almost like work, where you have to schedule yourself to where you're not fatigued for everything that you do through college. I'll say yeah.
And that's a process. People don't understand that's the whole process. We don't do that in high school. We
Yeah.
go play ball, we do our homework, we eat whatever we want, go to
Mhm.
sleep, wake up the next day and do the same thing all over again.
Yep.
But in college, you got to kind of pace yourself because you can't come in to college overweight or eat yourself out of weight while you're there. But there's a lot of partying going on, right? Right? And then there's nobody telling you to get up to go to class.
Yep.
So we got to kind of reprogram ourselves to fit in these environments and make sure that we do well on and off the court. They call us student athletes, but we spend more time playing basketball than in the classroom when
Right.
you're in college, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kids, pay attention. You're gonna learn a lot here.
And also, I used to work out with humble development, as Munch mentioned. Like,
Yes.
if you ain't have a humble development training session, you missing out. Like he pretty much was part of my growth, my maturation process.
Listen, to hear Coach Munch's story, right? And the route that he have taken, he came up under some great coaches, legendary coaches. While all of them were coaching the boys, he said he went where he was needed, right? It's a difference, right? Just say, well, they're just here, so I'm going to coach the girls because I can't get any boy players. No, there was a need for him coaching the girls. And when you put yourself in that position, you have success like he has had over the years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, very, very humble gentleman, man. Yes. Yep. So, difference between your freshman and sophomore years at Monroe. What was the difference between your freshman and sophomore years?
I think my freshman year, I probably was more free. Whereas I would say my sophomore year is when I had to, like, okay, now I'm playing for another purpose. I'm trying to get to either a good college or a D1 college. So I would say I probably took it even more serious came my sophomore year versus my freshman year, because now I had a over purpose to play for.
Got you. The reason why you can't hear because we are on YouTube. Come to YouTube, NYC Basketball Network. I'm talking to my people on Instagram. Go to my profile on Instagram and click on the link. It'll take you directly to the show. All right? That's my guy. What up, Haney? Oh, and I want to give a big salute to one of my students. He was saying, I was telling my family and showing my family on you on television, and they don't believe that you're my teacher. So big up to my guy Maurice, man. Let your family know that I'm definitely your dean. So
make sure they subscribe.
Yes, definitely subscribe. Yes. He's always telling me, it's like, he always asks me, so how many subscribers you have now? How many subscribers? They just so impressed by the growth of it. So salute to all my students out there.
Indeed.
Yes. And again, all my people on Instagram, come over to NYC Basketball Network on YouTube. All right, make sure you hit that subscribe button for sure. So now you putting yourself in a space to be recruited now, right? Because this is the second go around, right? This is the second go around. You went the first go around and you made the right choice to go to Monroe to put yourself in a position to go to a university so you can get your degree and graduate, right?
Indeed.
How was the recruiting process for you this time? And what made you choose Towson?
It was hard because it's like you don't know if you want to be close to home, you don't want, or if you want to be far. You get homesick. It was a process. I have verbal to IUPUI in Indiana. I really like the coaching staff. I like the campus. the coach, she at the time she had to connect to get like tryouts for the Fever and stuff of that nature. I think they were in the Sun Conference. It's pretty decent, pretty competitive. Um,
Yep.
I know I was getting some offers, some looks from Canisius. But I didn't want to be in the code too much. You know, everything is already code. I mean, and I think I was getting recruited by Seton Hall, but I didn't want to be too close to home. So I went to Towson. My stepmother used to live out there, and I was already familiar with Baltimore. So, then the whole Morgan State thing, I was like, I didn't like Morgan State dorms. That's the only reason why I didn't go to Morgan State.
What was it about their dorms that turned you off?
It was like it was two in a room. The showers were like right next to each other. So I like privacy. I like space. I like, you know what I'm saying? So at Towson, we was able to live off campus. Everybody had their own room, own bathroom. So and
And
it just
they gave you that money.
hmm so it wasn't too far, it wasn't too close. I was like, at the time it felt like a home too.
So once you got there, right? Because everybody's putting on a parade when you go visit, right? You just think every day is lit like that. They making sure they bring you down during maybe like spring fling or where there's something going on. This
Yeah.
is how the colleges do, right? And they won't wine you and dine you. And in your mind, you're a kid, you don't know. You're like, damn, it gotta be popping like this every day. No, you get there, and then coaches, once they get you there, it's like, okay, she's just another person on the team. We got her here now, or him here now. Some places, not all places.
Yes.
How was it for you once you got there and then you start to get the swing of things? What was the difference?
Well, my freshman year was pretty good. I played decent minutes. I played with majority of the vets, the seniors and the juniors. Um, I think I averaged probably more points in certain games or whatever. Like it was much more smoother my junior year than my senior year. Came my senior year, I'm literally playing with girls I played since high school and all my life. But it was like the coach didn't understand my game. I don't know what was it, but like I would have 18 against Rhode Island, and then he'll sit me the next game. We're down 10. I would have two steals, maybe two threes, bring us back in the game, or don't play the next game. And it was like, it's like PTSD to me now, because like even with our team, like we have a bunch of great veterans. I know I'm not gonna play over certain people. I know I'm not gonna get this amount of minutes depending on the game and who's there, this and the third. I'm at peace with that now. I'm getting old. I'm out of shape, you know. But it's like I kind of take it personal because I've been there before because of how the Towson coach treated me. So like, but I would say my junior year was way better than my senior year. Even though we also beat Maryland my junior year. I think I had like 6 points. And that was good. But came my senior year was a lot of favoritism. I was contemplating transferring, but I didn't know how it worked at the time or was it worth it.
No, listen, I understand. I walked away from the game. My mom passed away after I graduated, so I didn't really, think about because I had other responsibilities. But even during my time at Fairleigh Dickinson, there was such a distance between our head coach and everyone else. Then the assistant coaches used it as a revolving door. And I had a situation where, my assistant coach always tell a story about me taking his top recruit's position. The guy was a senior, I was a sophomore. And first game I started, I had 25, and he walked into the locker room and said I wouldn't be able to do that no more. Mm-hmm. Just messing mind games. And then he wound up leaving. And then, I was just determined. I said, I'm start every game and shoot when I want and do what I want. But it still wasn't a comfortable feeling. But I made sure my college experience was the ultimate college experience, and I graduated on time. And I contemplated transferring as well. But my mom wasn't having that, right? No one's thinking about your little personal feelings on the basketball court. They just wanted to get an education.
Right.
And again, stayed away from the game from a long time. And my friends used to always tell me, yo, you should start a basketball show. And I was like, nobody doing a basketball show. I would coach some kids in high school where I work at, and I coached when I worked at the elementary school. But just because kids saw me as a person, that played basketball, they needed a coach. So filling in that need. But I never wanted to go to games and stayed away from it. Then it kind of dragged me back into it.
Mm-hmm.
And look what I'm doing right now.
Have a basketball show.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, I got to talk about this every day. And so I don't mind. And it's kind of release for me, because kids say that I was depressed or mad, but I know that you think about if you're the Winter Morgan State, who knows if you're the Winter Canisius. I sit back and think about that as well. I think about the Connecticut's, the Boston colleges. What if I went to Jacksonville where some of my family is from, right? All of these things, but at the end of the day, we're still alive, breathing, we're professionals, right? And we're still helping people.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we both turned out okay. And we rail splinters, so we're gonna survive no matter what.
That's a fact.
It's crazy.
Okay.
Man. So that let's talk about, we talk about the on the court stuff. How was life for you off the court? And how was Towson? Because again, I remember going down to Towson for the BC All-Star game. That's what they had, the BC All-Star camp. Mm-hmm. And got some crazy stories that about going there and having fun there. But how was life for you off the court, as far as with the student body?
I mean, life was great. I want to say they also were pretty much diverse for the most part. The education was great. First time I wrote a 10-page paper, I might have got a B+ on that, and I took criminal justice. So, but it's really, college is no joke. Universities is no joke. Like, I commend everybody that's going for the masters and PhDs. Like, you really have to be so disciplined. Like, literally have practice, 2-a-day practice. Then you have to travel for a game. Then you have to sit at the front of the classroom 7 to 8 o'clock in the morning. It's a lot, but I was able to manage.
Sit in the front of the classroom. The first time I sat in front of the classroom was in MCI when I went to prep school. My mom was just like, you're not going to go up there and be the dumb black boy. You go and sit in front of the classroom. Because at Lincoln, back then, we could have like 40 kids in the classroom. Mm-hmm. Right? And you can sit in the back and kind of get lost. And I just remember it's like, damn, you can't do that. You really can't. And the first time I could really say I started to learn when I went to prep school. With no knock to Lincoln, but with just so much going on, and you caught up in the hype, you're in the paper. You know how it is getting lost in the sauce of Lincoln.
Yes.
And kids, trust me, when you're making these transitions, there's going to be times when you're going to have some self-discipline. All right. So when you said sit in front of the classroom, it just like came back to me like, oh, I remember that. You have to.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Wow.
There are a lot of classes.
I've mastered this. People see me in my meetings now, they're like, yo, how you do that? I was like, yo, I was doing this for a very long time. I can hear, but I'm still going to sleep, but I'm just shaking my head like. Mm-hmm. Then my guy took a picture of me. He was like, look at you, sleeping, shaking your head. And a video of me. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. Kids, don't fall asleep in class, please. We're telling you very, very, very bad ways of getting along in the classroom. Right. So your time spent at Towson kind of helped you understand who you were as a person. Then it kind of helped bring out the thing that you was kind of putting in the background, like not speaking a lot. Did it help you become more outgoing? Tell me some of the positive things that, besides, the adjustments that you had to make on and off the court? Some of the positive things that Towson provided for you and helped you.
I met some great people. My old boss actually, I think he was related to somebody that used to go to Towson. But I was a part. I think that's how I got that job. I'm not sure. But I have some lifelong friends that I still talk to, the Ray Fuchs, Jessica. It's a lot of them I still conversate with, or I may see them hopefully soon. Um, but yeah, I would say the relationships.
Okay, okay.
Um, and I don't know. It's Towson is kind of a big thing, but it's not in a way. Like when I hear people like from Towson, like football players or stuff like that, I'm just like, wow, I went to that school. Like, and then how far they came now is like, I really wish I can go back somehow when I get some time and be a part of that. Like, they're really starting to excel. They have a new arena. So, and it's always good to establish good relationships. So in case I do go back, maybe I'll slide in somewhere on the coaching staff or something. I don't know. But
Well,
yeah.
well, you building the builder blocks right now, so who knows?
Yeah.
You know, yeah. I wish you luck on that. So just keep pushing forward and keep helping these kids. You never know, something gonna happen for you big.
Trying. Thank you.
For sure, for sure. So when we talking about, you finishing up, understanding what life has to offer, what did you do right after graduating from Towson? What was like the first job, or did you play ball afterwards? Did you kind of go and try out for some places? What did you do?
So actually my first job out of Towson was I used to work in the Under Armour warehouse out there. I worked there for like a year. I feel like I excelled quickly within a year. For some reason, I always get promoted everywhere I go because I have a great work ethic. At least I'd like to think so. I worked in shipping. I worked in bulk. I worked in order picking. So I was pretty much advancing, but it was just hard to maneuver because I didn't have a car. So I ended up losing that job because of my attendance. Because it was hard to like get there and travel. I was so far away from where I lived and where I need to go. I tried the carpooling, but what are you gonna do if the person who's carpooling with doesn't go in?
That's
And
right.
the bus system is kind of slow. And so it's not like here in New York where the bus and trains is every 5 minutes. But that was my first job, and I ended up coming back to New York. I think in 2013, I ended up coming back to New York. But while I was in Under Armour, we used to work at play basketball at Lansdowne. They had a great women's league. I met a lot of great people there too as well. There's one lady I know. Her daughter plays. She's probably a top recruit right now too. But she used to play for North Carolina and she played in the WNBA. I pretty much speak to her here and there. So one thing I can say, I made a lot of great connections in Maryland from between Towson and after Towson.
And that's what colleges kind of help you do, connect with people, right? And if you're not like a people person, or if you don't become a people person, it can kind of stagnate you.
Yeah.
Because as we know, being professionals now, this world is all about connections. Because everybody who worked at my job kind of heard it through somebody else.
Right.
And the fact that I've been in my job for 22 years, I heard it through one of my cousin's best friends who told me that, you should come to my school. They would love you there. I was like, for real? And look, I've been here 22 years, right? All through connections.
Yeah.
Coach Munch.
What's up, Munch?
Said, Chima, best shooter in the city. Oh, she can shoot that thing for sure, for sure. Hey, Coach, you see yourself in the back, right? That's how we doing it, Coach. That's how we doing it. For sure. So when did you join No Limit?
So it's stories to that too. So
yeah, bring it on.
I used to play for Positive Direction, Coach Joanne Albertello.
Yes.
One of my favorite.
Well, now Miss Pinnock now. It's Pinnock. Mm-hmm. Hold on. I have to give her this Legends trophy.
Wow.
I had my first year, I had an award show, and I still got to give her this trophy. And I got a picture for Karen Miller as well.
Awesome.
Those are my people. But go ahead.
That was one of my favorite coaches. She also believed in me so much. Like in one game, one AU game, she's like, if you don't go score 25, I'm put you on the bench.
Woo!
I got my 25. But I played for them for I think a year or two. Then I played for a guy named Trini in New York. It didn't really go too well with him.
Okay.
Pretty much, long story short, I played against No Limit. And once I see No Limit, it was the rest is history. I played with them for the rest of my life since I was, I want to say, my freshman year in high school. Freshman year.
Wow.
I can remember. So I don't mean to cut you up.
No. Go ahead.
I can remember I was playing in Broward Park. Playing again in Broward Park. We're taking pictures at the end of the game. Long story short, I had cereal and Pepsi that day. Don't ask me why. But so I pretty much
Hold on. Time out. Taking a play. Yo, hold on. You had hold on. You had the cereal and you had the Pepsi, or with the Pepsi inside the cereal?
No. They were
okay. Okay. I was like, what the hell? Okay, go ahead.
So I had that before the game. It was 90 degrees. So I pretty much passed out. Heat exhaustion, dehydration, I passed out. Long story short, Munch took me to the hospital and I'm cramping. I'm catching Charlie horses all over. He's rubbing my feet, you know.
Right.
Mother comes in. We tell a story all the time. My mother comes in. She's like, who are you? And Munch saying, who are you? It was so funny. I would never forget that day. But Munch always been like a father figure to me. Always fed me, always took care of me. Always took me to every tournament I could possibly go on. Still believes in me to this day.
Hold on. Kids, please make sure you hydrate. And you can't put that much sugar in your body.
Indeed, especially on a hot day. And never cereal and soda.
Yo, that is the first time, you got me crying over here. I think that's the first time I ever heard. I used to eat some of the weirdest things. But cereal and Pepsi, and I was thinking you put the Pepsi inside the cereal, was eating this like.
I wasn't that crazy, but I was crazy.
Wow. Oh, this is crazy. Wow. Salute to everybody in the building. My guy Basil. Hey Yo Mo's in the building. Corey Vice. Coach Munch in the building. Oh, Miss Lopez in the building. She's always repping. Salute. Appreciate you. Yes. Yes, this is awesome. So, you explain what Coach Munch meant to you and everyone else, right? What do you think, just for your side, like his legacy, like what is going to mean to girls basketball and just basketball in general? Like, what do you think at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, how are you guys going to remember Coach Munch?
Well, we're going to remember Coach Munch pretty much, like I said, like a father figure to everybody. Words can't even describe, like, it's astronomical. If that's the biggest word I could use, what Munch means to all of us. He kept a lot of us out of trouble. He kept us on the straight and narrow. He kept us on the court in the school. It's like words can't even. I'm getting emotional because. Whew.
It's okay.
It's like it's times where like you don't even have your family around, but you always gonna have Munch. Ooh. I can't explain.
It's okay. Listen. Just your emotions explains everything, right? Because I always tell people, and I told Munch this, he is very much needed, right? He's very much needed. And the fact that the way you guys feel about him. I watched you guys. I sat there for the whole game. I watched him not call a timeout when you guys is down in the Rose Classic in the BK Post. I watched him just sit there calm and let you guys figure it out. Like, you girls you didn't give up. You figured it out, came back, and you blew the team out. And I was just sitting there going, that is the most confidence I've ever seen in a coach. And I've watched them all, right? For him to sit there, not call a timeout, not panic, let y'all go through the fire, and then y'all rise up like Phoenix and burn the place down to recapture the championship. It was just like, he really believes in them. And the fact, when you mentioned the championship, how y'all were just celebrating him and hugging him, I would just sat back and then analyze the whole thing. And it could tell me that how much of a strong relationship that y'all have for each other. And then having him on here in that interview, he talked about how much he loved you guys so much. And his wife, how everybody's like a family.
Yep.
And y'all like his daughters, for real.
Indeed. Like, I couldn't even imagine, like, if I didn't play for No Limit, like, where would I be? Like, it's the best team I've ever played for. Like, we're well coached, we're well known, we're a family. We have a certain camaraderie, a certain swag. We move a certain way. Like, we're not disrespectful. Like, and so because of him and his wife, wow. Like, there would be No Limit 2 without Val. Like,
yeah.
That's it. We going to Poconos tomorrow.
That's what he said. He said it. He said, my wife is the backbone of everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's awesome. How did it feel to win 14 championships in 2 years? I don't think no team, I could go back to the 90s. They had a great men's pro division team by the name of Primetime, and Munch know who I'm talking about. But I don't think they won this many championships in this short period of time. How did you make you guys feel? And then knowing y'all have next year to do it all over again.
Like, that's something else. It's just, there's no words for it. Like, the camaraderie. Those are like my big sisters. Like, I've been knowing them all my life, probably decades, like 2 decades. I've been knowing all these girls. We believe in each other. We don't feel no one's above each other. Everybody knows their role. We're like sisters. We could talk to each other. It's like, it's a no-brainer. Like, we don't practice, but we just know.
He said that.
The IQ is crazy. And the sisterhood that we have is like, how can you break that? Even when we down, it's like, there's no panic. There's we just get it. We just get each other. And it's just, I don't know. It's just magic. That's the best way to explain it. When you're in it, it's just magical.
Listen, the game is on my YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the Rose Classic Championship. If no one believes me, go on my YouTube channel, scroll down, you'll see the game, and just watch it. You'll see. In the beginning, they wasn't playing horrible, but the other team probably was just so hyped to play against them. And it was like, yeah, as soon as y'all hype way down, we're going to crush y'all. And y'all did. It was looking up, and y'all up 20. I'm like, oh, this is over. I wanted to just put my camera away, but I was like, no, this is too good.
And one thing I can say is, like, our team is from a generation where basketball was like, I would say we took it more serious than they taking it now. Not knocking the next generation or the millennials, but it's like, we come from a certain era, like, so we just get it. Like, and one thing about our team, I want to say almost like Golden State. You know who's gonna be Steph Curry. You know who's gonna be Klay Thompson. You know who's gonna be Draymond Green, and we know our roles. It's next man up. Whoever's ready to perform, or we gonna let each other shine. Is just, whereas other teams, they probably don't hang out. They probably don't talk. They probably, want to be the best person on their team. Probably don't know how to work together in a sense. So, but we check all the boxes.
The best teams that I've played on liked each other and got along. the best teams. And some of the most horrible teams I played on, we didn't hang out. We weren't in that one. And that starts with the coach. Remember, I told you my college coach was so separate from us. He would stay up in his tower up at Fairleigh Dickinson in his office most of the time and let the assistant coaches run the practice. And there was no camaraderie, right? When Munch could go, you see this ball, I don't drink. This is for my girls. What? That's how we get down. That's, you know, and when you feel that love, right? And that's another thing. When your coach loves you and the players love the coach and the players get along, it's easy for him to go, okay, we got 2 championships right now. Right? He's not going to go, we're going to pick the best one to go to. He's going to go, nope, y'all have go here, y'all have go here. And I'm cool with that.
That happened to us this year.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
And you guys won.
Yep.
That don't happen. That's not regular. I'm gonna tell you, I've been a part of some great teams. And my coaches would say, all right, we're gonna pick the one to go to. Whatever the best one is, this is what we're gonna go to. No, y'all didn't shun the tournament. Y'all didn't put one tournament over the other. Y'all wanted to capture both of them. Y'all don't know. We're going to get both of them right now.
And it's no disrespect to any of the other tournaments. It's just that the way we're built and the camaraderie and how many players on that team, it's a trust. We just, you know, we going to expect the best out of each other, and we're going to know that if this group is over here and this group over here, we just know that we're going to do what we got to do. We're going to take care of business. Just like we ended up in the same championship game for basketball beauties. So like we both won.
Hold on. I didn't know this. Tackle the play. Y'all played against each other in the tournament? Yo, Munch, what the hell is going on? How did this happen?
I don't know. We had so many players. The family is huge.
Wow. Now, when you guys had to play those different games at the same time, who made the first call and which team won first? Like, how did that happen?
I mean, well, the older team, the veterans, need I say, they pretty much went undefeated. So I was probably like, I wouldn't say the head because we're all heads of our team.
Right.
But so we had our own team, whatever. It's like me, Shah, Sylvia, Jade, T. Just to name a few. And for whatever reason, I don't know, like, it's like the camaraderie is like we're able to still break apart and still handle business. It just, as I don't know how to explain it, but knowing that we know each other's game and everything, it just works out.
Sean, this is unexplainable. the way y'all doing it is unconventional, right? And guys, you know, our egos is crazy. And, you know, girls' egos too, but for some reason, y'all check your egos before y'all get in the court to make sure it don't hurt the family.
Indeed.
And it seems like family is the most important thing.
Indeed.
Man. Wow. Val said, it is what it is.
It is.
Now, 2023. Can y'all do it again?
I don't know, because we were supposed to retire last year. That was 5 championships. We came back and double that this year. I think we're going to be in triple the amount of tournaments next year. So I don't know.
And now, you know, everyone, right, is looking. Y'all got the target on your back. Everyone expecting now. They're like, no, we're not gonna let them do this again. And everybody's gonna be building and stacking up. There may be some people that's coming down from the WNBA just to prove a point because they're hearing about you guys.
We have a saying: it's not enough. Not enough.
Wow. Val said they play each other, and then after the game, we all go hang out.
Mm-hmm.
That's family right there.
Yep.
That's the real deal. So, do you want to continue playing? I mean, continue coaching after it's all said and done? That you finally wrap it up as a player. You gonna go into coaching full steam ahead?
Yes, I will. I actually enjoy coaching a lot. Like I didn't think everybody's like, you should be a coach. You should be a coach, and I'm just like, I don't have the patience because I can imagine coaches coaching me. But it's like just to see other young girls that you used to be excelling, succeed is just something about it. Like I feel like I fulfilled the purpose. Like I could stop this one girl from making the same mistakes that I made. I'm happy, and that's all I can. That's all that you can ask for. So I actually love coaching. I love building a relationship. I love instilling what I know in the game to someone else. Hopefully, they take it in, and because it's a lot of girls that I looked at on our team, and I'm just like, she acts and plays just like me. If only she could believe in herself, or like I like to say, like I still go through the same thing she's dealing with as far as like being confident in your shot.
Right.
She's a shooter, but she doesn't know she's a shooter. So she's very hesitant, a lot of turnovers, a lot of, walking on eggshells instead of just going out there and playing your game and being confident. So if I could just instill what I know down to the younger generation that's coming up, my job is done.
And you at your alma mater. Like, what better feeling is that? Right? You back in the blue and white, right? You back in the old gym, right? With the track on top. And look, Lincoln, out of all the schools in New York City, and there's still some schools that they're just one school. But Lincoln, they don't let it get interrupted. It's not 5 or 6 schools inside Lincoln. It's just Lincoln.
Hmm. But also too, like No Limit, like I played with Sierra Shields, so like it's a familiarity there. So it's
Uh-huh.
what do you call it? What's the word? It's a chemistry there.
Yes,
But
yes.
also, our AD, Miss Raina Ebed,
Yep, yep.
growing up, Miss Morgan, who was head of PSAL, AD Frazier.
She's from Lincoln. Yep, 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 yep.
So it's a lot of familiar. Can't forget the word. You know what I'm trying to say?
Familiarity. Yes,
And
yes.
the way
And Tiny now is the basketball czar, right?
yes, and the culture and what the Lincoln culture, like what they was able to do last year, going undefeated, to what we did this year, to almost going undefeated, is just what better place to want to coach?
Again, y'all outdid the boys. No,
I,
not.
I
No, listen. Hey, Coach Matos, did she put it together now? Trust me, they're going to be good in the future. It may have a nice run this year. But to see the girls come as far as they came. So when I was sitting down and seeing that, I was just saying to myself, wow. And it's packed up in here too. Like, man, great job, Coach. Great job. Make me proud for sure, for sure.
appreciate it.
Yep. So, how has New York City prepared you for success after basketball? Like New York City as a whole.
I want to say New York is definitely faster. Like you, it's good to have a car here. I used to have one, but you don't need it. So you know how to move around.
Yes, yes.
How to network. Everybody kind of knows everybody in a sense, especially the basketball world. Um, and like just to go get it mentality. Like instead of, I work a regular job. I'm about to get promoted there. Hopefully by Monday I'll become a supervisor. And I also have my side business where I make like custom garments and t-shirts and stuff. So
Really?
in New York, it's like you always gotta have a go get it mentality. You always gotta find the next thing.
You have anything you can show the people and where they could buy it and let them know.
I actually did these cups for my friend's birthday. We all had like our individual cups. So yeah, dude. And I did a big project for Ross. I did like 500 mugs, pens, and notebooks for them. Ross is a big company, so that's like be good on my.
It's a great account.
Oh, I don't know. I think being in New Yorker, you just know how to get it. Like you just know how to go get it, and it's also you know who you know.
Well, I may have to hire you one day to get me some accessories because we you know, so I got my own line as you see, right? I'm always wearing my basketball head stuff, right? And now I got my hats.
Oh, those
you know
are nice.
what I'm saying? Got my hats going on.
Those are nice.
And also, hold up, I think I have. Hold on, 1 sec. I'll bring one of them over here. We got hoodies as well.
Oh, that's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. That's nice.
So, but I don't have any cups. I don't have any mugs, right? No, this is next level. This is next level. This is next level stuff, and you're doing that. And there's no reason why we can't collaborate. So I'm definitely gonna keep that in mind. Where can they reach you at if they want to purchase something or they want to hire you to get some mugs or some,
I have a
cups?
I have a second IG page. It's NY Charm at Essential Prints. So it's NYCHARM at Essential Prints.
Nice. Cool. Definitely want to promote that. And listen, anytime, because one of these big companies, you're going to get a huge account. We're going to put this in the air, and you're going to come back on, and you're going to be like, yo, Pooh, this is what I want to do. I got this huge account. Everybody need to jump on this. We got these new charms, whatever it is, apparel, and everybody need to be wearing it or have it in their house. So definitely going to put that out there.
Thank you.
For sure. So if you could change one thing about your basketball journey, what would that be?
If I could change one thing about my basketball journey, I would get better grades. And I don't want to say I regret going to Towson because it was a great experience. It was a great college experience.
Yeah.
But I don't regret the people that I met along the way, but I do regret not transferring my senior year. I have to say that. I feel like I needed one more avenue to become my greatest self, and I wasn't able to accomplish that there. But everything happens for a reason. So.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. So now I want to jump into the top five. Listen, y'all better come to YouTube, check out this top five. You never know the name she gonna name. So we on YouTube, NYC Basketball Network. Click the link in the bio and come over before the show ends. And make sure you subscribe. All right, now. Top 5 players you played against.
Epiphany Prince. I have a player, I think Tina Charles.
Woo.
What if they on my team? Does that count? Renee Taylor. No Limit.
She said no limit. She said no.
Oh, Erica Morrow.
Yes.
Erica Morrow. Tough.
Wow.
One of my favorite players.
Now, I didn't even ask you that. I meant to ask you this. In high school, who was the person that, that you played against? Because we're going to get back to that top 5, but I forgot to ask you this. Who was the player that you played against that you gave the business to that lets you know you like one of the top players?
It's a few of them. At the time, Melanie Murphy. Is a girl also named Michelle that was on her team too. Who else? Played against Tiny. A girl named Wakima Grace. She used to play for Canarsie. There's a few of them. The names is not coming to my mind though.
Right. Okay. Well, there's this article. It says high school hoops preview. Girls game has gone wild. right? And they mentioned you in here. Said alongside Parnell, our fellow freshmen, Danae Collier, star at JFK, former PSL standout, Charmonique Watts, Lincoln, Keona Jones, Grand Street, right? Right? Shanna Parker, Manhatten Center,
Oh yeah.
right? Just think
Right.
about
It's a whole.
it's a whole list. It's a whole list. But I remember which one of these girls who she gave the business to, you know, and had to ask that. And now we can get back to the top 5, give some people a chance to join the room again. This is cool. All right. So I know this is like, I can answer this question, but I'm going to let you answer it. Top 5 players you played with.
No Limit.
Listen, when you won 14 championships in 2 years, can you blame her? Right? Can you blame her? They got some killers on that team.
I'm gonna say okay. I'm gonna go like era by era. So in high school, there's a girl on my team called Shaquana Morgan. If you ever seen Love and Basketball and you see Monica versus the other girl, that was me and her. We was going at it. She taught me a lot of things. I say Shaquana Morgan.
Yo, hold on. Let's before you pause. I know we're gonna stretch this out. No, this is serious. Low key, one of my best movies of all time. Especially one of my best basketball movies. We talk about basketball movies, right?
Something where he's got game.
Come on now. Come on. I go back to the 70s and finish that series Pittsburgh with Dr. J.
Oh,
okay.
God.
And listen, check that out. Check it out. Because it was a girl there. Her name was, they called her Swish.
Oh, wow.
And this is before Joanna Man, right? But she had put on a shirt and acted like she was a guy and was killing. I forgot this girl who was on this team. Check it out. It's called The Fist That Saved Pittsburgh. Dr. J was in this film. And one of the star players was this girl named Swish.
I'm definitely going to look into that.
Oh, man. It's an awesome movie. And we have another one, right? Through the Fire with Sebastian. Come on.
Of course. I was
one of the best basketball documentaries ever.
Around with our jackets on, I say,
who you know get Jay-Z to pull up to a game? Derek Jeter. Right?
It was a time back then.
Yeah. And look, Tiny was my point guard.
Wow.
Yeah, he was my point guard. We won it together. Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Coach Harstein, definitely. Yep. All right. So let's go back to that era, right? High school, top 5 players you played with, right?
Oh, also Sierra Shields, the head coach of Lincoln for our girls team.
Yes.
Tough.
Where did she go? What college she went to?
She went to Felician, and then I think she went to Providence.
Got you. Yep.
It was a girl I played with my junior year, senior year. Marissa Austin.
Yes.
We like that Steph Curry 1-2 punch. Like our backcourt was amazing. Who else? No Limit. And then I don't know. It's a lot. Like I can't even.
You only got 5. I'm gonna let you put No Limit in there as one. All right, you got one more.
I mean, she part of No Limit too, kind of. I'm gonna say Erica Murrow. I love to play with Erica Murrow.
Okay.
I call her Lady Kobe.
She call her who?
Lady Kobe.
Ooh. She must have killed her on the real.
Indeed. She went to Bertram.
Okay. I want to push for more females to get on the show. And I always tell, come on. I don't care how many you nominate, because it's easy for me to get the guys. And I'm not going to say that, I know all the female basketball players, but I know a few, but not enough. And it's a lot of women ballers out there that need their flowers. Like you need your flowers. Like no matter what people say, there are people that was watching you from afar and up close to know that you was one of the best players in New York City, right? And there's so many more. You naming all these names I never heard of, but you're making me like so familiar with them now, right? And they need their flowers. And I don't want to just be biased to the guys because there's so many guys that, kind of paved the way for me and who I looked up to and guys who I played with. But also, the girls need their shine too.
Indeed.
So come one, come all. Come on over to Basketball Heads, NYC Basketball Network, and come tell your story. We're going to make some time for you, for sure.
We definitely, and we appreciate your platform because it's a lot of basketball platforms that's not featuring the females. Like, I've yet to see most WNBA players get on the platform. I've yet to see, like, you know what I'm saying? Especially NYC female basketball is like, it's not a lot. So you're appreciated.
Thank you. I reached out to Epiphany Prince. I reached out to Shamika Holslaw, Tina Charles. I reached out to them. So if you guys know them, let them know what we have going on here. It's about time they get to tell their story from their own mouth and also get their flowers and feel appreciated and feel safe. This is not going to be any scandals. I don't care about any negative press. We don't do that here. We uplift our ball players and we want to make sure that they get treated right and fair.
Indeed.
I tell the story all the time. One of my favorite podcasts is Drink Champs.
I love Drink Champs.
I saw Lamar Odom up there, and I just felt like they didn't talk about anything he had to do with basketball.
Right.
And it just clicked to me. It's like, you know what, my guys is right. I need to do this basketball show so we can tell our stories. And also, I taught history. So I know about other people writing our stories, and we don't get a chance to write our own stories.
Right.
So we got to do that. So spread the word. We're here. All my people that's on Instagram, let all the female basketball players know. Hit them up, DM them, and let them know they need to come on NYC Basketball Network's Basketball Heads Live with your boy. Yeah. And look, and I'm willing to do this as well. If a female want to come on and we do some shows together. We'll bring on some people, especially people that maybe feel comfortable with you, and we come on and we do it together. I don't mind. All right? We're gonna make this work. All right, Sham. Top 5 parks you played in New York City. Top 5. We're not even just talking about tournaments. You can put the tournaments in there, but they don't have to. It just be a park that you play pickup ball in.
I'm gonna say St. John's, pretty much where I grew up. St. John's Rick. I want to say I just have my head. West Fourth. We grew up on West Fourth. The Cage, nothing like the Cage.
Nothing like it.
Gersh. I love Hoops in the Sun. That atmosphere is just a beautiful atmosphere. Rucker, can't go wrong with Rucker. I feel like I'm missing a whole lot of parks.
But you only can name 5, so that's cool.
Like I'm gonna go St. John's, Gersh, Rucker, Hoops in the Sun, and what was the other one?
You said West Fourth.
Yeah, West Fourth.
Look, before I played at West Fourth, I played with a legendary team called the Homeboys in the 90s. And my guy, Earl, you probably know Earl Robinson. He's a ref.
Mm-hmm.
He's my OG, and he used to be like, yo, did you come play on this team, man? We need some young legs. It's like, not playing in that small court. Who's playing in that small? I was just a kid. But you don't get it until you in there playing, right? And it just seems like you have all the room in the world, but you really don't. But as a ball player, how small it is go out the window because you kind of create your own space.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get used to it and fall in love with it, which I did.
Mm-hmm.
So for all those people that don't know, West 4th is the move. Salute to my guy, Kenny Graham.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, last one before we get you out of here. Top 5 players in New York City history. Girl or guy, don't make a difference. You want to make it all females, that's cool too.
Top 5.
Top 5 in New York City history. In your eyes. Nobody else's.
I gotta go with for me, I feel like Sebastian Telfair was, he transcended a culture. Like, he was that person that was trying to be that person. Before I even knew when him and LeBron was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, that's when I became a LeBron fan because of Sebastian. I want to say
Hold on. We gotta go back because y'all hear what she said? Yeah, LeBron was on the cover, but she became a LeBron fan because Bashy was on the cover.
Mm-hmm. I've been a LeBron fan ever since.
Yo, Bashy, wherever you at, brother, we got love for you. We got love for you. You did some things in New York City that no other player could do and did. So we love you, brother. Hold your head up. Stay strong. And listen, the platform is always here if you want to come visit. Definitely.
You gotta go with, that's the thing. So, like, I know New York is deep, but it's just where I've been around and
just what you know. I'm not expecting you to name all the players from my era. That wouldn't be fair.
You gotta go Epiphany Prince.
Yes.
Like, whoever scores 113 points in the game, like, who does that?
At IS 113.
Right. So that's history. That's history beyond. Like, she was that person too, and it was that person. She put Bertram on the map.
She was definitely Sebastian on the female side. Trust me, we all knew about her from young. Then when she got to high school, did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Indeed. I think it's like you gotta go Renee Taylor.
Definitely. Who I had on the show with her dad. She came on the show with her dad. Like, she's like, I'm gonna bring my dad. I was like, that's dope.
The point guard.
Yes.
Like, since I started playing basketball from West 4th when she was on the Primetime, I think it's called. You knew who Renee Taylor was.
True legend indeed.
Who else? It's a lot. They're not coming to mind because I'm thinking about thousands of people versus.
You only got 2 more.
I'm gonna go Jesus Shuttlesworth.
He's not from New York. He's not even a real person. But hold on. Why do you love this movie so much? We all know the obvious, but
Lincoln, like, you think of Lincoln, you think of Ray Allen. Like, I don't know. It's just.
But what about high school? Let's think about it. We on a big screen, like our gym.
Exactly.
Lincoln on the front. It didn't have like another made-up school.
Right.
Denzel, come on now.
You could purchase some jerseys right now.
Yes.
I gotta go with Tiny too, only because she was part of each other's journeys growing up. Yep. And seeing what she's doing now, it's like, from New York, you gotta put Tiny in there.
Definitely.
I got one more.
Yep.
No Limit. I don't know.
Val gonna be putting up fire signs like yes.
I want to throw some more guys in there, but I don't know who besides like Bashy and Lance Stevenson's of the world. It's like
the Lance could have been your last one. So Lance could have been your last one.
I don't know. So I'm gonna go with Lance.
Yeah, look, these guys did some legendary things that nobody ever done. Lance won 4 city championships. Bashy won, I think, 3.
Indeed.
That doesn't happen. Listen, I'm glad we was able to make this happen. I told you, once I knew you went to Lincoln, I kind of fell in love with you. I saw you play. I was like, yo, she went to Lincoln. I get hype. I get hype, especially when I don't know and I find out, because it's a lot of us out here, and I don't care what anybody else say. I am biased to my Lincoln Railsplitters and Lady Railsplitters. Y'all can say what y'all want. It is what it is. I'm going to have one on at least once or every other month. There's going to be somebody
Maybe
from
you
Lincoln
could
up
get
here.
Garrett Shields on here.
Yes. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. For sure. We're going to make that happen. Already had Montos up here. She was up here. She beat me in the championship when we used to coach in this charter school league. So when I tell people, they was like, yo, Lincoln got a female coach. I said, yo, fam, she a coach. She can coach.
Right.
I coached against her. Like, I'm not just saying it because I went there. Before she got to Lincoln, she beat me in the championship. So definitely certified.
We have just as much knowledge as guys.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Yep. And listen, I went to almost every tournament. The only tournament I didn't make it to, I think, besides, the few local ones, Hoops in the Sun, I didn't make it out to Lincoln Park this summer, but I was everywhere else. The games I enjoyed most were the girl games. And listen, I saw all the Pro-Am games with the guys. The games I enjoyed the most were the women's games. I'm going to keep it a buck. And I'm not just saying this because you on here. I say this all the time. It's just something about watching the women execute, especially the fundamentals, right? Without the beefing, without the arguing, without the disrespect of the ref. All of those things I take a notch out of the game when I see that happen. And I know guys are competing, and it's no knock to my guys. But to see the women perform at such a high level and really see your skills and not your athleticism take over for that lack of, right? So this is why I love the game. I'm a purist. I'm a fundamental guy, and I love to see the game played the right way. So salute. Definitely no limit, because y'all made me feel this way.
Thank you.
For sure. So I don't want to keep you on too long. I'm glad that you came on the show. You can nominate. It's now that you've been on here, you can nominate as many people as you want. A lot of people will hit me up and ask me, can they be on the show? And I tell people, if I don't reach out to you, you have to be nominated. And it's not that I don't want to reach out to you, but I want it to be a thing where you're nominated. It's like you're already certified and already know. Because maybe I haven't heard of you, and everybody can tell me their story. I get it. But if you hit me up and go, Pooh, this person, it's a done deal. No questions. Let's work for me. Trust me, I have a lot going on. I do 3 shows a week. All right? So, but thanks for coming on the show. Thank you. We appreciate you. And yes, you put a lot of smiles on our faces. And just want to let you know you appreciate it. And definitely one of the best players in New York City history. So never forget that.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And thanks for having a wonderful platform for us and giving us a voice and the best for the culture.
Now, you that Lincoln bloodline, hit up these females and let them know. All right? They need to come on the show.
Text CC right now.
All right.
He definitely has a story.
Definitely. All right?
Thank you so much.
Take care. Good night.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Amazing. I love my school. See, when you understand what you're up against, being in New York City with so many players, and you got to make your way. Sometimes there's going to be bumps in the road. Sometimes you're going to be in a position where you're working through everything and everything is fine. But knowing wherever you go, you got to start over. When Charmonique was young, she had a choice of school to go to. She picked Lincoln, became one of the best players on the team. But like myself, we didn't do what we needed to do in the classrooms. And she had to start over. But she didn't start over in a bad way. She went to another great school in Monroe and built up her reputation even more to put herself in a position to get recruited by some of the top colleges. No matter what decision you make, you gotta live with it, good or bad. Remember, we are student athletes, right? Student comes before the athlete because the most important thing is to graduate so you could be a professional after basketball. And that's what she's become. Started working at Under Armour. She come back to the city. Started working for other companies. She even got her own company. And now she's coaching at an alma mater, changing lives every day. You never know who you can affect with basketball. Coach Munch did it. He's still doing it. So as his wife, Val. Together, they built No Limit to be the powerhouse of women's basketball in New York City. So just know, basketball could provide happiness and also give you another family. And when you win a 14 championship in 2 years, you already know success is always nearby. Well, we're about to get out of here. I'm your host, Glenn Pooh Harding, and you've been watching Basketball Heads Live on the NYC Basketball Network. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hit those notifications, leave those comments, and hit that like button. And make sure you cop that merch. $25, you get one of these hats. $35 for the polos, $20 for the t-shirts, $50 for the hoodies. This is so we can keep spreading the message. All right? Because this is our platform. Because we are the official home for New York City basketball. Peace.